Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name remains Rookie. On today's video we'll be making this beautiful crop top, and it has elastic on the waist and on the sleeve. So come along guys, let's begin. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. God bless you. To make this top, you need 1.5 inch of your fabric, and you're going to fold it into 4 places. This is what I mean by into 4 places. So this is the first one. You fold the back into 2 and you fold the front into 2. This is the back and this is the front. Okay, so I place the front on top of the back. We'll be cutting the front and the back together to make this beautiful top. I'm using this elastic, the big one and the smaller one for it. The big one is what we'll be using for the waist, and the smaller one is what we'll be using for the sleeve. So I'll keep this aside. I'm going to cut the neckline. When we are done cutting the neckline, we'll add the sleeve line, then you just sew. So this dress does not have body measurement. It's just your neckline, your sleeve, and that is the only thing we need to make this top. And for the sleeve, you're just going to come down to where you want the sleeve to stop, and that is all. For the front neckline, I'll be coming down by 8 inches or 7 inches. It depends on how you want it to be. So you take your tape and you put it from your shoulder to where you want it to stop. I'll be coming down by 7 or 8 inches, so I'm using 7.5 inches for mine. So mark your 7.5 inches. This is the mark. Then for the wideness, I'll be using 3.5 inches or 4 inches. There will be no zip for it. So for the wideness, I'll be using 3.5 inches. So I mark my 3.5 inches. That's what we'll be using for the front. So you take your ruler. It's a V shape. Okay, it's a V shape neckline. You're going to take your ruler now and you are going to slant it. Okay, so this is our front neckline. Then for the back, you're going to take your tape and you come in by the 3.5 inches that we use for the wideness. You mark it. After marking it, you come down by 2 inches or 2.5 inches. So I'm using 2.5 inches. Then I'll take my ruler and connect the lines. So when you are done with that part, take your scissors and you're going to cut it out. Just cut out the back neckline. This is how it is, and you come this way and you cut out the front neckline. For the sleeve, you are going to take it now and take your ruler and look for where you want it to be. So I want mine to be 11 inches because I'm going to use the elastic to gather the sleeve. So I'm using 11 inches. That is how wide it is. Then you take your scissors now and you just give it an opening. Okay, you see, just give it an opening on that 11 inches. Next thing you do is to find the length you want your top to be. The length that I have here is 28 inches, and I find out that the 28 inches is actually too long because my waist is 17 inches and I don't want it to be too long. I want it to have a bit of gathers, then to come up a bit. So I'm adding 5 inches extra to it. So you are going to take your ruler now and you are going to mark it to where you want it to stop. Okay, so I added 5 inches and I have 22 inches for mine. So I'm going to roll it out and I'm going to be using the 22 inches is what I'll be using for my top. Take your scissors and you're going to cut it out. When you are done, you take your fabric now, and this is how it is. So this is the back. So this is the back neckline. You see the wideness, and this is the front neckline. Okay, so this is the front now. I'm facing the back, front side facing front side of the fabric. So this is how it is. you're going to take it this way, front side facing front side of the fabric. Okay, so you see this is the neckline. What you do is you take your pin and you are going to pin the shoulder together, the both shoulder, pin it together. After pinning it, you take it to your sewing machine and you are going to join the shoulders together. So after pinning it, now you take it to your sewing machine and you're going to stitch the shoulder. So you stitch from this end down to this end. You do the same thing for the other side, the two parts of the shoulder. When you're done, you turn your neckline with your bias. When I'm done with this, I'm going to show you how it looks before we do the side, and I'll show you what to do for the down part of your top. So this is the neckline. We are done with the neckline part, and this is the shoulder that we joined. So I took it to my sewing machine so that I'll show you what to do and how to join the other part of the top. So you're going to take the one side of it, the back, and you're going to fold it in this way. Okay, so you do it this way. Can you see what I'm doing? So after folding it in, remember we gave a notch on the side of the top to be our sleeve. So this is the notch. So what you are going to do now is you are going to take it this way from this opening that we have. You're going to fold it in once and fold it in again. Then when you are done folding it, you're going to stitch it to the end of the other part of the top. When you are done stitching it, we are going to insert our elastic to it. So I'm going to show you how to stitch it then before we insert our elastic. So for the hemming, we are going to fold it twice. So you fold it once, then you fold it again. Make it bigger or wider so that your pin or needle will be able to pass through it. Also your elastic, okay, make it a bit wider for that. Then you stitch it from the front side to the back side of your sleeve before we join the two sides together. When you are done stitching it, as I'm done with mine now, I'm done stitching the two ends. So when you are done with that part, you're going to take your elastic, the one we'll be using for the sleeve, and you are going to put it round your arm. So mine, you know, is the elbow. Stop at the elbow part. So we are going to take it now and put the elastic to this way. Okay, so you see it, this is it. Can you see it? So this is it now. After taking the measurements, you cut out 2 pieces. So just like what I'm doing, I'm cutting out 2 pieces for it. So this is the elastic that I'll be using for our sleeve. Then you're going to take your needle, because I usually use needle or my safety pin to insert my elastic. So you take the needle now and you're going to pass it through the stitch that you just made. Okay, so pass it this way. This is it. After putting it through the seam that we made, and this is what we have. So it's going to come out from the thread and the rope. So everything is out now. You're going to cut out the thread, and this is what we have. Okay, so you're going to take it this way now and you fold it in. Okay, so take as much as you can for it, just be careful. Okay, take this part and take this part. We've gotten our sleeve armhole. I'm going to start stitching from here down to the end of the hem line. Okay, so you start stitching from this point. Let me pin it up. Take your pin and pin both sides together. and you start stitching from this point down to the hem line. Okay, so do the same thing for both sides. So I'm done with the two sides, and this is it. This is the opening, this is the inner part. Okay, so we're done with the two sides and we have this. Okay, so you take this down part and you are going to stitch it this way. Can you see what I'm doing? Fold it in, and you are going to give it a very big fold this way. Okay, because we are putting the elastic for it. So you are going to take your pin and pin it up, then stitch, and we'll be using this elastic for it. Okay, so you take your tape now, and you are going to measure it. So our waist is 34 and you are going to 34. Okay, so we have 34, you are going to minus 3 from it, and we'll be having 31. So we'll be using 31 for it. So you cut, and when you are done stitching, we'll be passing it same way we pass the sleeve. Okay, we'll be passing it, and we'll be using this pin for it. Okay, instead of the needle, because this is bigger, we'll be using this pin to pass it. Get to this point and you are going to leave an opening. Okay, can you see? You leave a space for it to pass the elastic, so you just stitch. And when you are done top stitching, you are going to take it this way, cut the thread and take the elastic. Okay, so you pin it up, and from that opening that we have, we are going to pass the elastic. So you'll be passing it, and when we finish passing it, we'll top stitch it and close it. So we pass it this way round. So you take it now, you take this two part, stitch it up, and we are going to drag the elastic to be balanced. Okay, so see the way I stitch it up, I open it up and stitch it so that it will close very well. I did it this way for it to be very nice. Then you are going to take it now, so dragging everything. Inserting everything inside. So this is our waist. Can you see it? So you have to drag it for it to be equal. Once you are done with that part, you come this way now, and we are going to stitch it up this way. Be careful. So you stitch the part that we open. This is it. This is the neckline, and this is our armhole, our sleeve opening, and this is our waist. It's so pretty. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for watching today's tutorial. Please support us by liking and subscribing to our YouTube channel. God bless you guys. Bye, guys.